The L Podcast with your host, LBONGO. The L Podcast with your host, LBONGO. LBONGO.
I need to get something with my name printed on it then.
Right, let's get
see.
down to the bottom of this. Oh, what you got there? What you got there, buddy?
I got some jasmine tea, some yasmin tea.
Hey, listen. This guy's outside and he's lawning and he's making all this noise, and I can't go over there and say shit to him. My wife's gonna be like, "So how long you doing that podcast?"
Right.
She's gonna see the light bill. She's gonna be like, "You tried it.
You gave it a go.
You gave it a shot."
Yeah.
So you ever you need to travel and you go to check in and you realize you don't leave tomorrow. You leave the next day.
Yes.
So then you find out, oh man, I have another day. That ever happen to you?
Oh, more than I care to say. You know you have to fly a week out and you have this day in your head and somehow that day gets shifted by a day. I'm not even gonna lie to you, dude. It literally happened to me. Not that, but I was giving somebody my schedule and I was like, oh wait, no, I gotta leave tomorrow. And I was thinking that tomorrow was tomorrow. You know what I mean? So
But it wasn't. It wasn't, right?
it was like,
So
shit, man. It's
tomorrow
like,
was the next
yeah.
day.
It always, when you're thinking about that day, like from a week out or further out, somehow it gets shifted back or forward, however you want to look at it. It gets shifted up a day somehow. Yeah.
Right.
Happens to me all the time.
Well, it happened to me today.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, I need to check in. Start packing. You wait till the last day to pack.
Yeah.
I'm packing. It's a quick trip, a week or whatever.
Yep.
I'm like, let me check in. And notice, after I saw that I didn't have to check in, I stopped packing. How many nicknames do you have?
Nicknames?
Yeah, because I've heard a couple myself, and I'm sure I haven't heard them all. I've heard
I'm sure you've heard all of them.
I've heard Nasty Nate.
Okay.
I've heard Nate Dog.
Okay. That's two. Yep.
I've heard Buttons.
And that's it. That's the third one.
And I've heard Asshole. We're talking behind your back.
Oh, what told me about
that? Yeah, I heard it. And I never said anything to you until today.
Okay. Well, people are entitled to their opinions, and that's fine. Someone thinks I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole. I'm cool with that.
I feel the same way. I appreciate you saying that because it's like, I can't change your opinion of me.
No.
I'm going to be me.
I'm going to be me. And that's it. 100%, man.
And if I'm being an asshole, it's different than you thinking I'm an asshole. Because I'm not an asshole. I'm not an asshole. If you look at my record of people that know me, I probably got 5 people that I could think of that has a problem with me.
I can think of a lot more. No, I'm just kidding.
There's people, right? There's people that has a problem with me.
It's probably the people that you've had to be an asshole to. I mean, you have to turn it on and off sometimes. Every now and then, you got to be an asshole. Yeah. Yeah. You got this popping over there, bro. Shooting.
It's tough
Helicopter.
over here. It's tough over here. It's see, I should get out of the suburbs. This is like the busiest street we have. We're the downtown of this block. It's like a 1 block downtown. Do you cook?
A few things, yes. Not. I'm not a chef by any stretch of the imagination. I cook a few things. Steaks. So I'm pretty decent cooking steak. And I can cook it a couple of different ways. I can make it. I can make them on the grill, charcoal grill. I can make them in cast iron skillet on the stove. I also have a broiler, so sometimes I'll make them in the broiler, depending on if I'm really being lazy. Because
Okay.
they'll take, if I cook a steak that thick, that's maybe 4 minutes and it's done. So, and I can make a few of them for the family really quick. Hamburgers. I make some pretty good chicken wings. I have this thing that I do with the chicken wings where I will let the chicken wings marinate overnight, and then I will take them and put them on the smoker, and I'll smoke them about 250 for about 3.5, 4 hours. And then I will cook them. They'll cook all the way through, so they're up to temp. And then I let them cool down to room temperature, and then I throw them in the fridge overnight. Then I take them out of the fridge, and I throw them in the deep fryer the next day when we're ready to eat them. Throw them in the deep fryer, deep fry them. I have a big, huge bowl of I like barbecue wings. Huge bowl of barbecue sauce that I've doctored up a little bit. Shake them up in the barbecue sauce, and then immediately throw them on the grill and char the barbecue sauce into them. And then if you like them really wet, I'll throw them back in the sauce.
You're cooking the hell out of that chicken.
Cooking the hell out of the chicken, bro.
You did a lot of things to make sure that chicken is delicious.
Yeah.
That sounds really good. Let's go back to the steak.
Okay.
So I don't eat steak.
I know.
I've eaten steak, right? But you were talking about how thick it is and how that makes a difference into how you cook it. For me, the only thing I understand about that is whether it's dry or juicy. But the thickness, the cut versus a thicker cut, what's the difference? And when you say, I cook it just right and I made it this thick.
So I like my steak to have like a little bit of a crust on the outside of it, a little crunch or charring on the outside of it. So the thicker the steak, the more char I can have, the juicier it is inside. Because obviously it's going to take the inside longer to cook than the outside. The thinner the steak, I can still get it charred on the outside, but it'll be more well done on the inside. So I can't really char it as much on the outside. But generally, the thicker the steak, the better you can cook it if that's how you want to see it. And the juicier it is on the outside, inside. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So let's go back to these nicknames.
Asshole?
We can start backwards and go forward.
Okay.
Why would anybody think that you're an asshole?
That's a good question.
But
I would say...
But think about it, right?
Yeah. But I would say... What scenarios are we talking? We talking on the road scenarios, right? So on the road, if it's that scenario, the only people who would think that I'm an asshole on the road might be stagehands. I've had situations where I've had to yell at stagehands before because they were being lazy or weren't doing what was asked of them. Other than that, my personality in general is to try and keep the peace. So not too many people would think I'm an asshole. I don't believe.
Okay. If I could step in on that.
Okay.
I feel the same way about myself. I don't feel like I'm an asshole, even though I'm sure some people like, this fucking asshole don't think he's an asshole. And they are allowed that.
Yeah.
So let's do another nickname.
Okay.
Buttons.
I knew where you were going, man.
Why did that nickname appear into your life?
We had just got through loading in a stadium show or baseball stadium show, same thing. And I think I might have been like on the 5th or 6th floor, and I'm not sure how many floors were in the hotel, but Kevin was staying like on the top floor. And every time he went up a floor, I push a couple of buttons, couple of buttons, couple of buttons, couple of buttons, couple of buttons. So by the time I was getting off the elevator, Kevin had to stop on every floor. So he's in the back of the elevator and he sees that and he just goes, "Nate, fuck you." Right? And I was like, "What did I do?" Right? So he's like, "Dude, I gotta go to every floor now. You know what? I'm gonna call you Buttons from now on, and I'm gonna make sure everybody calls you Buttons."
So here's an example of you being an asshole.
That is an example.
You wear glasses. How many pairs of glasses you have?
You know what? My prescription's been changing so much. So lately, I have 3 right now. 4 if you include my sunglasses, my prescription sunglasses. 4 pairs of prescription glasses.
Okay.
And I can't tell you how many pairs of reading glasses I have because it's a lot because I lose them every other day.
So why would a person that wears glasses have reading glasses?
You about to make me because I can't see. Honestly, my doctor is it an obstetricianist?
Yes.
Obstetricionist?
You got
Anyway,
it. You got
yeah,
it.
they want me to wear progressives so that I have the readers in the bottom of my glasses so that I'm like this when I'm trying to look at and read something. But I don't like that. So quite literally, I am Mr. 4 Eyes or 6 Eyes. I will take a pair of readers just like this, L, and put them over my glasses so that I could work on the computer or whatever it is I need to read.
For the first time, I got some progressives, and they are the worst experience ever.
Yeah, I don't like them.
Because for what we do, I need to see all of this.
I need the whole
around
lens.
my iris.
Yeah.
I need to look, you know what I mean? I need to go to an iridologist so
Yep.
that my eyes are good.
Yep.
Get all the worms and stuff out, right? Because I need to see all of this.
Yeah.
And with those glasses on, it gets blurry when I
Yeah.
get to a certain area.
Yep.
I get to a certain area and I'm trying to see. I'm like, I hate these fucking
You lose your bottom peripheral, like, you know, and then you start acting like an old person, tripping over shit. Oh,
It is the
what's that?
worst.
And he's like looking down, like, oh, okay.
No, it is the worst. And I'm like, I hate these glasses, man.
Yep.
For that reason, you know. So the next time I go meet with my eye doctor, I'm gonna say to her, "Hey, listen, I don't want progressives. Get me something where I can look. Maybe it's gonna have that little bubble all the way around the damn eyeglasses. Because if I can only see looking down, right?
Yeah.
Then she's like, "Well, I got to put the bubble all the way around them." I'm sure they don't call it bubble. Why are you watching the show then?
Right.
The person that's sitting here telling me I don't know how to say anything.
It could be in the comments. It's not called bubble.
Magnifying glass. I don't know what to call it. Nate, you're my guest today. One of my podcast questions is,
yes,
what is the bubble at the bottom of eyeglasses called?
Well, you would have what it's called a progressive lens in the bottom, and in the bottom of that would be a different power reading glass. I guess I don't know. I got no clue. I got no clue, man. It's a bubble.
Why do they call you Nasty Nate?
Oh, okay. So
where did it come from?
So the first person that started calling me that was his name's Greg Bogart. We call him Bogey. Dave Chappelle movie. The name Nasty Nate comes from damn. It's a Dave Chappelle movie. Anyway, there's a character named Nasty Nate.
Do you know who you're dealing with? Chill, Nasty Nate. He's my bitch. Anybody gonna stab him, it's gonna be me.
And yeah, he just started calling me Nasty Nate, and then it just went from Nasty Nate to just Nasty. But he was the one that started calling me that. It wasn't anything that I picked or anything like that.
Yeah, because there's a couple of guys out there, they try to nickname themselves.
No, I don't go for that.
It's like, what are you doing?
No.
You can't nickname yourself.
Nope.
I'm going to give you a nickname because you're trying to nickname yourself.
100%, bro. Like, you can't. No, your nicknames are given or earned, but you can't nick,
Yeah.
No.
It's like, what are you doing, man?
Nah, man. I'm Thor Lord 35. That's what they call me. Who's they?
Yeah.
I gave it to myself. Nah,
right.
bro.
These guys are afraid to talk to women at all.
Yeah.
What are some of the lines you used to use back in the day when you was on those blocks?
I was never a line guy. I didn't have any pickup lines. I was one of them dudes like, hey, babe, you got a minute? No, you could use one of mine. I was never that dude. I didn't have any lines. I was just the type of guy that would just go up to a girl and talk to her. Hey, what's your name? Oh, cool. I'm Nate. Yeah. And just start a conversation. That was my thing. I never had any pickup lines. I will admit at one point in my life, it wasn't really hard for me to pick up girls because I was a musician and the circle that I was in, the girls really liked musicians. So it was really easy. There wasn't any real trying.
Can I jump in right there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Musicians. What is the thing with musicians and girls? What is it? You can create a song? What is it? You can create a song?
Like, I can't create a song.
Gang with me, yo.
At heart, you're an artist, okay? And the thing about the artist is it's like a drug for us, right? It's like, man, I get something out of doing this. I don't have to go to sleep. Like, sleep is a challenge for me in this relationship with my art. Because I'm fighting sleep because I want to just keep doing
Keep going. Yeah.
Right? So your sleep is like, no, I win. Right? Right?
100%.
You're going to have to rest. Right? But you're also dealing with that in your relationships. You see, so if you're in a relationship and you have your art and you're saying, hey, I'm trying to commit to my art, and then the relationship saying, well, you need to commit to me. Right? You're in the middle of that, right? So then you have to learn to share it.
Sure.
Right? Because when you're on an extreme, those relationships don't work. And those girls say, yeah, I could be with an artist. You're a rapper? Nah. Oh, you make music? Nah. Right? Because you're an actor? Oh, you're gonna be in the gym all the time. And it's not that I'm against the gym, but you in that gym, like you in love with the gym.
Yeah.
And then he's looking at that like,
picking that over
that's
me.
how I make my money, my image. So I got to make sure that image is perfect. When I walk in that room or when I go meet people, they look at me and they're like, yeah, everybody's going to want to invest in you.
Right.
So that's what I have to do. So it's like the artist is challenged when it comes to relationships, you see, because they're battling the attention So it's like, well, I got to know how to balance this out. I got to take a break. I got to take a break when she comes home. Okay. Cause she's looking at, you had all day.
Exactly.
She looking at me like, you had all day to do this. You still want to do it.
Yep.
Women want that attention. They demand that attention. You see, I'm your art. Make some art over here.
Right.
Come make some art.
In the damn bed. Let's go.
I'm your art. Right?
Yep.
Come draw on this. You see, and that's the other thing is when you look at again when men are intimidated by women, right? They're afraid to approach these women and just talk to her, right? Or cut her off. Sometimes you gotta get her out your life. You're like,
Yeah.
you know what? I like you. I may even love you, but I'm gonna love you so much, I'm gonna cut you loose. Right? I'm gonna cut you loose. I know you hate me right now, but later you'll be
It's
like,
necessary.
I'm glad he left, right? Later you'll be like, I'm glad he left because what? You was able to go build a future for yourself. And he already saw that. He said, I'm gonna sacrifice this. You're gonna hate me, I know. I'm gonna sacrifice this.
But it's good for both of them.
Don't film me.
Oh, you're
I
filmed.
don't wish to be filmed. It's a good day riding.
I just think that these men are afraid to talk to these women. I think they're afraid to approach these women. Again, I think that the humanness of everything is important, like yourself, like what you said, whether it's in art or even in our real lives, right? Like the apps, I get it. It's not that I don't understand that. I just wasn't born in that era or this era, you know. There was no cell phones. It's like, no, I have to go up to her and talk to her.
Sure.
If I plan to see her again.
Yep.
So I'm from that cloth.
Yeah.
I'm not criticizing you guys. I'm from that cloth. So when it started coming in, I'm like, you're meeting people online. I remember people didn't even trust that. Like, I'll date somebody online, and then it became a thing, right? And it's like, okay, yeah, then it became an app. So I see all these guys on tour, and they swiping people up, and I'm like, what? What is going on? And it's like, yeah, this is how you meet people now.
It's Uber for dating.
I'm just saying, it's just be in another place, and it makes some people uncomfortable. Like I said, because they're like, oh, this guy, he's too old because he's an analog guy. He wants to actually meet with people and go out and have a drink, and it's like nobody want to do all of that. There's these type of apps now. We don't have to do any of that. Everything is specified, and it's like if you're into hiking, if you're into fencing, all that stuff's on there. You put it all on there, and I was telling my daughter, I said, I would be terrible on these apps. I said, I would look a certain way on these apps that I'm not even that way.
Yeah.
And she's like, what do you mean? And I said, because if you just write down all my interests, right, you're not really finding out what I don't like. You see, I'm not saying the other stuff that's going to drive me crazy. You see, I'm saying all the stuff that I think is positive. Okay,
Right.
these are positive things about me. Just like what they do in interviews. Hey, say something negative about you. Like what are some challenges you have? I say stupid shit like, I try not to be perfect. Like, that's not what we're talking about. You see, because you're going to be challenged. You can be challenged on the job. We're trying to see what kind of person you are. And I've had family members, they meet a guy, and I'm like, hey, what do you think of him? I'm like, have you seen him angry yet? I'm like, what do you mean? I said, when he gets pissed off, you're going to see who he is.
Yeah. It's a whole nother person.
Yeah. Look, you can go up to a girl and talk to her. You don't have to swipe, I like you. Go up to her, buy her a drink, and say, hey, listen, it's noisy in here. Let's get out of here. So we can have a conversation. The girls want you to listen to them, right? Hey, listen,
Oh,
I can't
100%.
hear you in this bar is loud. Let's go outside. You're gonna keep talking. It doesn't matter. Like, but let's get out of here so I can talk to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want you to hear me. I want you to feel me. Let's have a sit down. Let me talk to you. You're an app dude. You don't know what it's like to walk up to a girl. Let me
You're
come
app.
over here. Let me talk
That's
to
a new
you.
insult, right? You're an app.
You're over here swiping. She's right there. She's right there, bro. The app said it. Look on your app. It says 0.5.
Yeah.
She's right there.
Go
You
talk
still
to her.
can't catch her.
Yep.
The girls are like, I'm available. I've taken all these pictures.
I've done all of these great things, and these guys.
The sad thing is that these girls go for it now. These guys are all they have to pick from, and they actually go for it now because there's nothing else for them to choose from. I'm saying this group of guys, these app boys, app dudes, all they have to pick from is a man who cannot even go up to a girl and say hi. That's all they. That's the pool that they have to pick from.
Here you just clicking through the guys and they got all these profiles, and then I'll see my son. I'm like, what are you doing on this? Right? You got all these apps, you got all these girls, you just send them all the same paragraph. And I want to stay that way. I want to stay on this analog side and not really know what these guys. I just grabbing these girls on these apps. Yeah, man. She's on this app. You tie her up. You know what I mean? I was like, what? They're like, oh yeah, this is a handicap app too. It's like, bro, it's real.
My name is Nate Fountain, and I am currently a video director for concerts, mostly. I have worked on other things, but for mostly concerts. Person that does not know, if you've ever gone to a concert and you see the screens on the left and right of the stage with the cameras on there, I am the person who chooses what camera goes up onto the screen.
And why would you choose one camera versus another one?
To give different angles of not just the artist, but things that are happening on the stage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
I always say that I'm trying to show people what they don't realize they're hearing.
Right. That's important because there are some bands like Santana's band, right? They have so many different instruments on the stage that are playing, and it's great if you're showing us, storytelling us some of those things that's going on, right? Especially if it's accented, right? If it's something that's standing out.
Yep.
What's the most cameras you've ever directed?
I think 16, maybe 19. I honestly don't remember, but I think that number just popped out at me, and I think either 16 or 19. I'm not sure.
How do you keep eyes on all of that action?
It gets easier with the better caliber of camera guy you have. So if I am on a camera and I say, let's say it's camera 3, I'm like, ready, camera 3, take 3. I'm not looking at that camera anymore. I am now searching the other cameras based on what I know is coming next that I have to take, or B, based on what I'm hearing. I'm searching for that, or I'm asking my camera guys to give me that. If I have a camera guy that is good, that I don't have to watch, it makes it easier. And then I am able to really select from any of those cameras and watch all those cameras as much as I want to. If it is a situation where I have camera guys that are not as good, then it gets really hard for me to always scan and search those other cameras, because I have to watch what that camera that's currently on program or on the screen is doing all the time.
One of the things that I found when I'm directing is you have to get to a point where you trust the camera person, right? So when you throw them the ball, always compare it to football, right? I played football, right? It's just one of the things I use as an analogy. So it's like I throw them the ball, right? And I'm hoping they score. So they're pushing in, and on their own, they do something I don't expect.
Yep.
Because I'm planning that next cut and the next cut after that, right? And they do something I don't expect, and it throws me off, and I got to cut off of them. You see? I'm like, I didn't know you was going to do that. You see? So it's like there's some camera guys like that doesn't have that experience, and you need to keep an eye on them.
Sure.
Because you're going to need that shot, and you're going to need it right.
Yep.
You see, if you give them the ball, right? So I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. You know, when you're like, I have more experienced guys, I don't really need to keep an eye on them. And what I've done on tour is I'll see like this camera guy's weak in something that I'm trying to get from that angle. And what I'll do is, you know, I'll coach them some, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the guy on the right's really good at it, right? Like, I'm like, wow, I need that over there though, right? I'll switch them. Hey man, do you guys moving? Do you mind? Because I see myself as the coach. I'm trying to put us in the best positions to win, right? I'm not judging you. It's just that I see you're more experienced than this person. They're going to get there eventually, but you're already there.
Today?
Move you, put you in the wide receiver over there.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So when they come on this side, I know we're good. I can just throw you, like you said, I can cut to you and really stop watching you. Right? And that's what I saw with Tony. Right? Tony was on tour, and I came to do a one-off to help them out or something like that. And I saw him on camera, right? And he jumped up on the barricade.
Yeah. He's amazing. He was absolutely amazing.
Like he's amazing, right?
Yes.
I've never seen anything like this.
Yep.
Right?
He is
He
absolutely
jumped
amazing.
on the barricade and he's shooting, you know, and he comes down dreadlocks, you know. He's sexy, you know. Sexy guys, you know.
Yes.
There's not a lot of guys that experience that. We don't know what that feels like. I didn't have any dreadlocks, you know. I didn't have that. You did. You have some dreadlocks.
I still do. I still got dreads.
You still got your dreadlocks?
Oh,
See,
yeah.
I don't know what that feels like. And I would love, you know what I mean? Somebody look at me and say, yeah, man, your locks. So I try to do it with the beard, but it's not acting right. Trying to get like some dreadlock beards. I look like I'm on Pirates of the Caribbean. I might get one of those. I'm sure they got one for Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Halloween's my birthday. You know what I mean? And I like dressing up for Halloween. I've been doing that. Me and my wife looked at some pictures when we were back in college.
Mm-hmm.
And we were in costumes.
Wow.
We were in costumes at 19, 18, right? We're in college. And we still do that to this day. So what do you look for when you're watching a show? What are you trying to achieve as a director?
I am trying to, you know, we always say, oh, we're trying to tell a story up there. We're trying to tell a story. Well, what is that story? Like, is it you know, are you trying to be in line with the story that the choreographer is trying to tell? And for me, it's usually not really. Like, you know, I am usually telling my own story, which is usually trying to show people things on stage that they don't realize that they're hearing. Like, guitar players playing a little lick that it jumps out to me. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to show that. And people are like, oh, I didn't even notice that. Prime example on an artist that I just got through doing in Vegas. The manager sits out at front of house every day next to the audio guy. And he says, the audio guy comes up to me after the show. He goes, you know, every time you put an instrument up on the screen, he looks at me and tells me it's too loud. He said he doesn't hear it until you put it up on screen.
The tree fell and we didn't see it.
Exactly.
So it didn't make any sense.
Exactly, right?
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. I didn't notice until you put it up there. He's trying to tell you, hey man, easy, bro.
Right, he was.
This guy's in my ear waiting for you to show trombone.
Yeah.
Right? They didn't even know there was a trombone. They didn't even know there was a trombone. I did a show once and they told me, don't show anyone else. I was cutting, I was doing all the other instruments.
Mm-hmm.
And they came in and they said, listen, only show them.
I hate that. It's boring. You know, I'm always thinking about what the records are going to look like afterwards. Like, you know, is the artist going to look back at this show? Now, management has told me to only show them. And then they're looking back at the show at the end of the night like, this shit is boring. Like, I just see a tight shot of me, wide shot of me, tight shot of me, medium shot of me. And he's like, I got all these other people on stage that are killing it, that I've rehearsed with for months and become family with. And all I see is me. This guy sucks. Get him out of here. That's always my fear, you know?
Correct.
So, I'm always thinking about what the records look like. So I'm always trying to make sure I have a variety of shots and, you know, as when you're directing concerts in general, you know, we call it IMAG, which stands for image magnification. In general, we're providing a service for the people up in the cheap seats. And, you know, I've done some shows where they're like, hey, don't take any wide shots. Like, why are you taking wide shots? Everybody can see the wide shot already. But again, because I'm thinking about looking back at it, I wanted to look more like an actual concert.
One of the times for me, the artist's note was, they just want you to make them look cool as fuck. I said, done. Done. That means they're going to let me do what I do.
Yeah.
They're going to let me do what I do. And if I still got the job at the end of the day, we're doing something right.
Did it?
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You're doing something right. You're just trying to get to that touchdown and deliver a great show for everybody. Because I feel like people ask me, they say, hey, what is directing? I don't get it. I said, look at it like a movie. Okay. The artist has come up with this story that they're going to tell. They're going to star in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So they're the star. Okay. These guys going to come in, girls, guys, everybody's going to come in and they're going to build the set. And the star's going to come and perform. This is my movie. Okay. You're going to direct the movie. Okay. So you're going to tell us about this movie. You see? So when I come on stage, are you going to do the villain thing like they do in the movies and show my shoes first and do a pan up?
Mm-hmm.
How you going to tell the story? I have some ideas of what I think is cool. Right. And unless you have a problem with it, I'm going to keep making you look cool in the way I think you're looking cool.
Okay.
You follow me? There's some artists that's like my body, get my breast, you know what I mean? Get my legs. I put a lot of work in this. This is not Impossible Burger over here. This is the real deal.
I was working with a certain artist that has a big butt. And I was doing, we're doing this show. It was on TV. So we came in. And of course, the TV director was like, I'm not letting you direct my television show. He says, but you can pull up a chair and you can walk us through some things on comms. I said, okay. And I said, man, you got to shoot her butt, Mike. You have to shoot her butt. And they were like, no, man, like, no, we're not going to do that. I said, you really have to shoot her butt. She wants you to shoot her butt. They were like, nah, you know, this is a family show, man. We don't want to do that. And then she came up to one of the handheld cameras, put her hands on her butt, was like, it was flicking it, told the camera back, you better be getting all this ass in your camera.
That is correct. That is correct.
You
know how much this ass costs?
Right. I put a lot of work in. I'm squatting every day. I'm squatting every day.
Right.
And I'm showing it off. I'm showing it off up here.
Yes.
And you gonna act like you don't see it?
Yes, my fans wants to see this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see this when I look back at my career and go, damn, I still got it. You know, they go out and the fans are like, and the only thing you looking at is, I mean, that's an old lady. Why they acting all crazy? You know, it's just like, I was the one. This was
Yeah.
long before what y'all are so excited about.
Yep.
I had my day. I was that young person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
You know, so I think that's very interesting, what you're saying as a director, where it's like you may have an idea of what you see on the stage, but then the artist may also have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
You got to marry the two of those. And then sometimes their idea is bigger than your idea. So then you got to sit back and keep it in the pocket
Yeah.
and play nice. You know, and I know one time I shared something with you and he's like, oh man, you get to play on the stage. You know, I'm flipping people. I'm doing all kind of stuff. You're like, you said there's a lot of energy on the stage. That's what you said.
Yeah.
You said there's a lot of energy on that stage. You
Yep.
see?
Yep.
And when it's quiet and they playing a guitar, you got to stay with the show.
Mm-hmm.
When they're singing a sad song, you need to stay with the show. Don't be doing all your director stuff. You know, everybody's crying. You sitting there, got the camera upside down.
Touched.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you watching a movie and you're like, oh, this movie got me. Because you're not even paying attention to those little tilts and shots between the legs. And
Yep.
slow zooms. Like,
yeah, they're putting you in there.
Yeah, you in there like, oh, this movie got me, man. Hold on.